It's the On Power Mornings with Letty and Teddy on Power 106. And we have, oh man, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know whether to call you a friend or an enemy.
I don't know either.
That's why show.
Normally, Letty, we clap.
Normally we clap. We're hesitant right here.
This man is so good. He makes us feel some type of way.
Right. I don't know. It sounds like y'all love me.
You may know him as Carlton from BelAir, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reboot. We know him as Olly Sholotan. Olly, how are you?
I'm great. I'm glad to be here.
Right.
Our finale just aired.
Yes.
Hey, come on now.
That's why we're mad.
Yeah. We finished. Well, no, but that's why I know you love me.
Yeah,
the finale
exactly.
just aired.
Exactly.
But no, I'm feeling really, really grateful, really blessed. We did that. The show's out.
Right.
People love it.
Mm-hmm.
So the entire cast had a tall task to redo, just a different version, right? A retelling of a legendary sitcom show that we all grew up to it. You did, we all did in this room. Tall task at that. When you started that task, like you knew the pressure, you felt the pressure, or you were just going through that whole motion?
You know, I'm a person that loves pressure, right?
Ooh,
like I love my back against the wall. And so,
me too. The same.
Hey,
and so like when I got the role, I was like, dang, I really have to like do this now.
Right.
But I think it's sort of about, and a friend was telling me about this the other day, and I realized it's about stepping into what you think you're worth.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's just at some point I just had to make the decision of, look, I have the job, now I just have to do it. Like, rather than have the sort of weight of, oh, I have to do this thing. It's like, no, I get to continue in this dope ass legacy.
Man. Right.
And, you know, like, let's do this. And I think every single person in the cast at some point had to make that decision. And, you know, that's what we see on screen.
My man.
Olly, you play Carlton. And it is such... we know Carlton like the back of our hand from the original,
Everything.
right? Of course there has to be studying. But the Carlton that you bring is such a, like... stark, like, it's different.
Yeah.
You made him yours.
Yeah.
And we hate him. Why did you do that? Was that part of the script, or was like, did it trip you out how different the Carltons feel?
Oh, yeah. I mean, so when I got the audition, in bold letters, they were like, this is not the original.
Ooh.
Don't do the original.
Right.
And I've learned recently that I was the only character that had that.
Wow.
Because I think the creators knew that they wanted to go a different. They weren't entirely sure what was going to be different, but they definitely were like, we want to do something really different. And then I think with the read I brought, and with I think I'm really good at like doing that face. You know, the face that's like, dang, I want to punch this.
Yeah.
I want to punch you face.
Right.
Right.
Is it this one? It's that
one.
Yeah.
Oh my bro!
And I know the moment. It's in the trailer. It's in the. I hope one day we can talk about why you're really here.
Oh,
Right.
Oh, listen, respectfully.
Talk to him.
I'm just saying I can see it, and I don't want to see it. But yeah, those feelings were involved.
Yeah. And so I think, and so it's a partnership, right? You know, they write some stuff, and I see what's on the page, and I'm like, how can I elevate that? How can I make that even more infuriating? Because at least in my mind, right? I think that when the show aired and everyone hated Carlton, I was like, y'all fell into my trap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was
Ooh,
like,
right
that is right where I want. You know, because I think what's so great about Carlton as a character is he's introduced to you, you hate him, blah, blah, blah. But as the season goes on, you see more of yourself in him.
100%.
Right? You see more of this kid that's trying to fit in.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, you see more of this kid that he is felt at home in somewhere, and this guy just like shows up and does everything better than him, and you know, his girl likes
that's
this
the
guy.
part.
You know what I'm saying?
See, that's
like,
the one.
Man.
And so by the time you get to the end, it's like, yo, like, Carlton, man.
Yo, do we have to say spoiler alert, even though everybody's seen the show?
You should. To be polite.
Okay, spoiler alerts. Hold on. Spoiler alert.
Give people time.
Yeah, forward this.
Okay, cool.
5 minutes now. That's the one thing that I was like, why are we mad at him and not mad at Will? Like the girlfriend part. I'm like, you were in the right the whole time. I'm bugging out. Because if my cousin from wherever comes in and I would be just as mad as you. Bro.
Get out.
And but everyone's just like, yo, like Will, he's so nice, he's so funny, like he's from Philly, blah, blah. But it's like
he's from Philly. Bro, what does that have to do with it?
Philly niggas pretty cool.
Right. Kobe was from Philly. Love him.
Shout out to Meek Mill.
Shout out to the Eagles.
Beans.
Yeah.
But it's like, when you really, really look at it, it's like, yo, like Carlton's going through it. And on top of all of this, he's dealing with anxiety.
Right.
You know, so for me, when people hated him, I was like, yeah, that's right. I did. Y'all gonna love me.
Yeah.
Give me like 4 weeks.
Right. Was it difficult as you're building this character because Carlton is all of our cousin. We all know Carlton. I think Letty said that we grew up with him. Yeah. Is it difficult for you having to play him to disassociate all of the quirks and things that you remember and create something totally new? Or like, how do you break those habits to want to do the Carlton dance when it, you know what I'm saying?
Not on you.
Right.
Again, for me, and that was the thing. Throughout the whole audition, I was practicing my Carlton dance.
Right.
And then you read that one line.
They didn't ask me to do it once.
You're so man. That's hilarious.
I think again, like I look at that as just I think we all look at it as a different show,
right?
You know, so as much as yes, his name is Carlton, I think that's such a different thing in my brain that, you know, it's just like, nah, like my job is, like I said, I'm following in a legacy, and I think the way you follow in a legacy is you build on it. You don't try to copy, you don't try to imitate, and so that's where I was coming from. I was like, why try and do what Alfonso did? Because he killed that shit.
Right.
Like, he killed it. He did. Like, if I went up there and I'm out there, like, trying to do the Alfonso, the way Twitter would not let me rest, right now Twitter doesn't let me rest. But, like...
But should be a good thing. You should take that as, like a notch on your belt.
Yeah.
Has Alfonso reached out? Do you have his approval, or does he hate you too?
The thing is, like, yo, people are busy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so we haven't gotten the chance to like link up.
Okay.
I know like the entire original cast, they support the show, and Alfonso, he absolutely supports what we're doing with the show, but we're still trying to like sit down and just like have a meal, and let's talk about
do the Spider-Man meme,
exactly, right? You know, do the like, hey, yo, you
hilarious.
Although, you know, we are very different Carltons, but like, now funny enough, actually, we almost ran into each other recently on accident because I went to UCLA, and a lot of my friends were on the gymnastics team, and so I had gone back for a gymnastics meet, and the week before he was there because he's, I don't know, we missed each other again. People get busy. No, literally
crazy,
man. And it's one of those. It's crazy. Like being on a TV show is so much work, is so much like, you know, okay, you know, I will just get a phone call or an email from Universal. It's like, all right, so like you're going to be in New York next week, or we need you here for this thing, or you know, so it's a lot of moving parts. Like again, Coco's in Atlanta right now. This person's here. Yeah, Jabari and Jordan, like everyone's just, you know, everywhere.
And I love the camaraderie that you guys have within the cast. I think that's different. You know, off air, I was telling you, I saw Jabari and Jordan, and you could tell the love was there for you. Like, you guys are friends. You guys are peoples.
We love each other. It's pretty gross. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, we will get off of 10-hour days of work. Like, shooting a show is hard. We will get off of 10, 11 hours and be like, so what are we doing for dinner? It's like, you guys want to come over to my place? It's like
we do. If you invite, okay, that's an invite.
Yeah. Come over to my place. It's fun. But it's just we really found something so special with each other, right? And I think that, you know, a show like this, an experience like this, is so once in a lifetime. And I think, we found it. We're really lucky.
Man, that's super dope.
Go ahead.
Okay. So the finale just dropped, right? And the big moment everybody's talking about, the Will and played by Marlon Wayans, the dad reconciliation in that meetup. Now I want to ask you, that's a big moment in the original, of course. What are some moments of the original, like involving Carlton, that you look forward to, you know, as these seasons are progressing and the scripts are being written, that you want to be, I want to do when Carlton was doing the you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. What particular episodes from the original do you want to make?
Oh, I'm very, and I don't know if we're going to touch on it, but the scene in the original where Will and Carlton are rushing the frat. And the frat guys don't like Carlton.
That's a moment.
And Will tries to stick up for him. And what I think is so beautiful about it is you see Will try to stick up for Carlton, and then you see Carlton go, no, I got this.
Right.
And Carlton just like owns the fact that he's like, no, like, I'm black, just like y'all are. Like, I love that scene so very much. So I hope we get to do something like that. And, hey, we're on season 1, so I'd imagine we have lots of time to do that.
If you need somebody, once you're done, and say, we're going to make like a tree and leaf. If you need somebody to do that, I got you. Okay,
word.
One thing I loved, especially like getting to out here, I've never been to BelAir. I've never been even close, right? And I've lived here my whole life. But having Fresh Prince of Bel-Air made us feel closer to it almost.
Yeah.
In that sense of like the luxury life of like what BelAir is, right? The esteem of it. Do you feel like you guys are portraying that as well? Like making sure people know like this is right here and we're a part of it too. Like that life.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I think the one of the coolest things that the show does is it shows black luxury, and it shows like you have black people that are out here with this amount of wealth. And I think it's so important to show us in those lights, right? It's so important to show people that there is more than one black experience, and not because so much of TV and film is about black people being down bad, right? It's about our people being in insert tough situation here, and I think there's something really beautiful about being like, nah, sometimes niggas
we
just
popping out here.
Come on now.
Sometimes niggas rich.
Yeah. Uncle Phil, what up?
Like, yeah. And I think it's just so funny, and people talk about it too, because in the OG, like, they're rich. In this one, they are.
Yo,
that's a resort. That's not a mansion. That's a resort.
The Bankses is wealthy.
They got bank.
This one, they got big bank.
Man, listen, this is not even a question. Producer told me that we were going to talk to you, and I got super excited because I really wanted to share this with you. Breaking Bad is one of my favorite shows. And just Giancarlo Esposito, Gus Fring, that he plays in that character. How he's like one of the coolest bad guys ever, or even like how some actor can make you hate a character, like Sons of Anarchy, opposite Peggy Bundy, how she plays Gemma, and you're rooting against her. That kind of feeling is what I got when I saw you, and that's how I know you're doing an immaculate job. And so whatever you're going through, as the critics were speaking or people on Twitter were speaking, I just want to tell you, man to man, that I'm so proud of you, right? Because what you did with that, and I hope that you handle it just like how you said. Right, you were like, you fell into my trap. I hope that's really your mindset, because it was outstanding to me, and you made me feel, bro,
that's acting.
Like it was acting, and me and my wife were yelling at you, and that's how I'm saying. That's how I know that you really did that, bro. So really, you had the hardest task in that whole cast.
Right.
No one had to do it like you did. So I just want to applaud you, bro.
Thank you.
No question. Just I wanted to tell you, man to man.
Stop. Like, I didn't expect to cry this morning. You know what I'm saying? I just came here to be cool.
Right.
But no, thank you. And for real, I look at it as a job well done. You know what I'm saying? And people reacting strongly. I'm like, I'm proud of it. Really, really I am. So thank you.
We proud of you too, bro. Real quick, I did my Googles on you. You know what I'm saying? I did my Googles.
Okay.
You make music, correct?
I do.
100%. So real quick, you can talk about your music all you want, plug your stuff. But I'm curious to know, how difficult is it as a young artist tackling one medium like acting, breakout role and iconic position, to then also have to take that same energy and then transition it over to become a breakout musician? What is the struggles for that? Do you think it's easier? Has Fresh Prince made it easier BelAir, has it made it easier to transition over to music? Is it more difficult? Tell me about that.
Well, I think the most important thing that I have found, right, is that when something big like BelAir happens, that's not the time to calm down and relax. Like, that's, if anything, that's time to double up work.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Pretty much since we wrapped, I lock myself in my studio. I wake up every day at like 6:30. I work out, and then I go to my studio, and I'm just in there pretty much all day. And what's great is that I'm a huge believer in this idea that no knowledge is lost.
Right.
Because I didn't start music, and I didn't start pursuing music until well into college. I've always loved it, blah, blah, blah. And I've done everything from web design to computer programming to blah, blah, blah. But what I'm realizing now is all of that, like all of my work with computers, all of my work with different computer programs informs how well I know how to use production software.
Wow. Okay.
I found that my work as a computer programmer helps me be able to program synths better. And so what I'm saying is that my work on set in a way informs sort of the music that I'm making right now, you know, and I find myself, I feel like I'm in this really, really cool, you know, creative renaissance where it's just like, I'm writing stuff that is just like, I don't even know where I'm coming up with it. Because like I produce, I mix, I master, like I do the, you know, the whole nine yards. So it's just is me. So like, but also I think now more than ever, artists are given permission to just like create art. Right. You can make whatever type of art you want to make. If you're a filmmaker, you know, one of my favorite movies that I've ever seen, and it just came out, Harder They Fall. James Samuel, the director, he wrote it, he produced it, he wrote all the music for it. Right. He produced all the music for it. So it's like, you know, I have never, my biggest pet peeve is waiting for other people to give me permission to create my art. So it's like, if you're a multi-hyphenate, just do it, you know, like
multi-hyphen, I can't even spell that. Yes.
And it's like, it's tough, don't get me wrong, like it's a lot of energy, but it's all about, you know, I think it's about learning what to put in the periphery and learning, you know, what to zone in on, because like, you know, the show pops off, there's a lot of like, everyone's like pulling you in this direction, everyone, but it's very, I think the biggest thing I have learned in the last few weeks is just like, all of that is great, thank you, blah blah blah, but like I am still on a mission.
Yes.
You know, there's like, I'm not done yet.
Wow.
Right.
Were you able to at all, like, what is Will Smith's interaction on the set? Were you able to sit down with him? Because he's a person who started off as a musician, was able to transfer his craft into be one of the biggest actors of all time. Was you able to get any advice from him, pick his brain a little bit?
I mean, he wasn't doing set visits, because like, you know, he's a busy man. Right.
We know.
But like he definitely, he imparted a lot of words to it. And the thing is, I think Will's a smart man, and he doesn't, what's that saying? It's like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. He will never like, oh, blah 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 blah. But I remember at the beginning, we all like, it was the first day we all met. Like we were like, this is so exciting. And he wasn't there, but he had sent a message ahead, and he was like, hey, you guys are about to embark on the craziest journey of your life, right? You know, this is going to be life-changing. It's going to be incredible. Just remember to lean on each other, and remember to take every day just like as it comes. Live and breathe in the moment. And that sounds like generic advice, because like, oh my God. But truly, when it's like, lean on each other and just take it a day at a time, take it as it comes. And so I think that right there is the main thing, right? With, as you're trying to balance music and blah, 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 it's like, I have some days that are heavy music days. I have some days that are heavy, you know, acting days. And I think it's just reminding myself that I'm still a student of the craft. No matter where the fuck I am in the totem pole, it's like, I'm still learning, I'm still getting better, I'm still a student of the work.
And we're just getting started in this whole thing, man. Listen, we strongly advise everyone, go get Peacock, okay?
Stream it on Peacock.
That's the only reason I got it.
Real talk. So go get Peacock. And this is the start of something great, man. And we can't wait to see you continue to climb. And we want to see what's next from you, bro. And just realize that Power 106 will always be a home. You know what I'm saying? You're UCLA, bro.
I was going to say, so I'm here every other weekend.
Don't play. Those turntables waiting for you, man, whenever you want to get in the mix, right? All right?
Let's get it. No, thank you so much again, Olly. You know him as Carlton Banks.
It's my man.
Love him or hate him, we just fell in love with him.
We love him.
Shout out to the crowd. You were trying. We had a plan going, everything. He was going to jump you.
I was. By myself.
I walked in and I saw y'all like tried to like.
We tried.
I'm just so
adorable.
adorable.
You're lovable.
That's how you get him, huh? That's how you get him. He's like, I'm just so adorable.
Look at me. You know you love me.
Give me the punchy face.
I can't.
You got to get in the moment.
Oh, there you go. I was doing it. It's happening right there.
I can't even do it. I don't know.
Ooh, unbothered. Look, thank you so much. Thank you for hanging out with us. And again, stream BelAir on Peacock. Get it if you don't have it already. This is the All New Power Mornings with Letty and Teddy.